Alright guys, excitement time. MacMan's here, and so is my new Macsimizer roll cart. Ordered this thing before Christmas. Say hi, Randy.
Hi, Randy.
I'll blur you out if you don't want to be on YouTube.
Huh?
I said I'll blur you out if you don't want to be on YouTube.
I don't care.
Capturing the moment.
Oh.
Looks like they finished the fence finally. That's a big old roll cart.
Yeah, I'm actually glad that I got this in because
Show people the
people
side.
haven't seen it, and you look at the picture.
Yeah, it doesn't do it justice.
No.
That's why I looked on Instagram and saw people standing beside it. I was like, that's a huge roll cart.
It is.
You good?
Yep.
All right. Oh, yours goes really fast. It is new too. Mine, I didn't lube up the tracks enough and it would hang up.
Is that, what does it look like to you?
Looks like really light gray. It looked a little bit darker in the catalog and the pictures I saw, but I mean, it's gloss and smooth, so it's not the wrinkle carbon, so.
And I forgot, remember I told you that I got a package?
All right, so the old US General Series 2 compared to the new Macsimizer. I don't know if it's coming through scale-wise on camera, but that thing is huge compared to the Harbor Freight box. Gigantic upgrade. I knew this thing was going to be big, but I didn't know it was going to be quite this big. Now for the satisfying reveal. Removing all my stickers and protective stuff, putting on the side handle. I got the blacked out emblems to match the blacked out trim. Got the blacked out locks. Got the power strip in the front, power strip in the back. Got 4 outlets and 2 USBs. Made in the USA. This one is not made in the Ohio plant. This is one of the first ones produced in the new plant that's in Pennsylvania. That actually took a while to get this box because when I ordered it, it was when they were shutting down and moving production from Ohio to Pennsylvania. So let's get the rest of these corner guards off and get this thing ready to start transferring tools over into. Greetings viewers, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at my brand new Mac Tools Macsimizer roll cart. And here it is, my new Mac Tools Macsimizer roll cart. Ordered this box about beginning of December, maybe end of November, can't recall exactly now. And finally showed up on Thursday, which would be January the 23rd. So finally got the box in. It was a made to order. There was a little bit of a delay in getting the box because Mac Tools was moving their toolbox manufacturing facility It was, if I recall correctly, in Ohio, and as I remember, they moved to a facility in Pennsylvania, and I put in the order right about the time they were getting the Pennsylvania plant up and running after shutting down for several months to move all of the manufacturing. So this is one of the first boxes out of the new plant. It is mica gray with all black trim, so black Mac emblem, black lock cylinder, black drawer faces, black rails over here. I'm supposed to have black wheels. Unfortunately, my dealer is a newer Mac dealer. He's only been a Mac dealer for about, I think, 8 months now. So he made a mistake, we think, in ordering and accidentally ordered the chrome wheels, but he's got me a set of black wheels on the way so we can swap those out and have the full blackout, black and gray combination going on here. A lot of you are probably wondering why the heck I, Mr.Subaru, former Mr. Snap-on, went and bought a Mac Tools roll cart and not a Snap-on roll cart. Well, it's a pretty simple explanation. The Macsimizer cart is the absolute best bang you can get for your money, in my opinion. I was well versed with all of Snap-on's offerings for roll carts, of course, because I sold them for years. And nothing they had really fit the bill for what I wanted. The U.S. General box, the Harbor Freight U.S. General box, the white box I did a tour of about, I don't know, I've had it about 7 or 8 months now. So end up selling it to another guy in the shop and ordered this because I just 100% ran out of room in it. They're a great cart for the money, absolutely great cart. Can't say enough good things about the U.S. General cart. Had no issues with it. After 8 months of me using it, it cleaned up and looks like brand new still for the new guy to take over ownership of it. No issues whatsoever, nothing fell apart, nothing broke on it, no complaints. I'd buy another one. But that said, I was just out of room. The only complaint really about it was they're kind of small. So I had stuff stacked on top of each other in the box, and it was just getting too muddled up. I had to dig for everything to get to stuff, and then I'd have to slide everything around and get it organized enough where I could cram the drawer shut, and the bottom was just stacked up with stuff. So once I got the 60-inch Epic, I started throwing some of the bigger stuff in the 60, still out of room in it. Started looking at roll carts, like I said. Was really interested in the Snap-on split lid. The only problem is it's a really shallow box, and I wanted something deeper. So the Macsimizer cart, as you see, is a tall cart. I'm about 6'3", and if I remember correctly when I measured earlier, this cart has a height of about 47 inches, 46 inches, something like that. It's nearly as tall as the 60-inch Epic. I think it's actually as tall as the box, but with the stainless top, it just edges it out. This box is also really, really wide. It's a 41-inch wide roll cart. If you remember, the Epic back here is 60 inches, so this cart is nearly as big as my small Epic. And as far as the depth goes, it's 25 inches deep. The Epic is 30. Most of the Snap-on carts are 20 to 22 or so not as deep as I'd liked. Other than that, what really swayed me to the Mac cart is the features. So we've got the flip lid here. We got a nice protective mat, which is included. It's got this black rough finish to it. It's not exactly the armor edge top on a Snap-on that you can get, or a stainless top, but it is a protective mat, and it is adhered to the toolbox lid. We've got the rail system. I can't remember what Mac actually calls it, but there's rails on either side where you can add all kind of accessories. You can add can holders and flat trays, parts holders. There's actually an adapter that has a trash can on it. There's several different things you can add, and you can put the rails on either side of the cart, so you can expand the cart out a lot bigger than what it is. You got, as you see here, the power strip on the front. You've got 4 3-pronged outlets, and you have 2 USBs. This is something I was a little more excited for before I got the box. my Mac dealer was informed that the older boxes, this power strip was recessed about 2 inches into the faceplate of the toolbox, which was great because if you had something plugged in like USBs especially, and you happen to brush against the toolbox, it would protect the USB socket outlet from being damaged. You would just brush against the cords. Well, now either the suppliers changed the design or something happened, but now they've got a flat faceplate, which I'm not too keen on because, like I said, if you've got a USB hooked in there charging or something and you brush against it, you'll most likely damage the USB outlet and the cable that you've got plugged into it. I've seen it happen before. Had some customers that had a Matco toolbox and it has this same kind of flush USB and outlets on the front, and he actually broke the outlet out and the USB cord attached. When he was talking to me, telling me how great it was, he actually crossed his arms and leaned back on the box, and when he did, he crushed it. A little bit of irony there. All right, so I just realized I didn't tell you why I bought the Macsimizer over the Snap-on. I kind of alluded to some things, but didn't actually get to the point. Pretty good about doing that. So, for the size of this box, again, massive, 41 inches wide, 25 inches deep. You get 8 inches of clearance between the lid and the top section. 2 power strips, one on the front, one inside. You've got keyed locking and unlocking for your drawers in the front rather than a slat system operated by the hinge of the lid. You've got your lock on the front of the hinge. You've got your top protector. You've got the heavy-duty casters, heavy-duty drawer slides, all the 9 yards. The gauge thickness of metal on this is identical, same thickness as the Macsimizer toolboxes and the Snap-on Epic series toolboxes. So no issues with strength or what's going to be longevity out of this box. So considering all that and the price tag on this thing, nothing else comes close to it. Nothing I can think of. When I was looking at a card, I actually wanted a Snap-on Epic Sidekick. If you don't know what a Sidekick is, it's basically a 60-inch Epic cut in half with a flip lid on it. It's a roll cart made out of a Snap-on Epic toolbox. So it would have fit perfectly with my 60 and 84-inch Epic, but they are ungodly expensive. I believe that they list for like $6 grand. And talking to my dealer, me knowing what they actually cost and what the deals are on them, asked him to look at SFC, which is the big tool show, see what kind of discount he could get on it, see what he could get it at a promotional price, call the rock and roll truck guy, the big Snap-on truck that sells nothing but toolboxes essentially. And the best deal I could get on that was still out of the realm of reason for me to pay. It was going to be twice what I paid for that 60-inch Epic just to get a roll cart, and I was like, that ain't happening. As much as I wanted, it was not going to happen. So passed on that. Like I said, all the other Snap-on roll carts were weren't deep enough for me, and I'm not a big fan of the what do they call it, lock and roll. The plastic latches that lock the drawers shut on the Heritage Classic Series, Master Series, and all the roll carts. I'm a big fan of the impulse drawers on the Epic. That's why I bought Epic Series boxes. So back to that, the Snap-on boxes for the price and the size weren't what I wanted. Talked to my Matco dealer. His boxes were just meh. The price was decent on them, but I'm not a fan, and I got on Matco's website, and they all had horrible reviews for busted welds and all this and that, and Matco not standing behind the product. So skipped on Matco really quickly. So back to the Mac box and why I bought it. Like I said, all the features, everything you got, and the price tag. This box was $2,500. Yep. It's the same price as the 60-inch Epic, I know, but that's not a new Epic, and that was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of deal on that joker. So, $2,500. You get a 41-inch wide, 25-inch deep, 47-ish, 46-inch tall toolbox that has 2 power strips in it, the rail system, and everything else. I mean, you just cannot beat that.
The comparably priced Snap-on roll carts are like about yay big and about 3 inches shallower. It just wasn't working out for me. I love the fact it's got this little shelf here with the power strip, where I can have stuff up here charging, like my battery powered work lights, my cell phone, all that stuff during the day. I could put my scan tool up here, my laptop if I wanted to, in the corner, charged in with the lid shut. Had access to power on the front of the box. Not that I really ever need it, but it's there if I do. You know, it was just what I wanted. And, you know, I'm biased, but I really like the daggone look of these things. My dad was a big Mac tools guy. He basically split it between Mac and Snap-on, but I'm pretty sure, taking inventory of his old tools, he had a lot more Mac than Snap-on. And I don't know, I just like it's aesthetically pleasing to me. I really like the design of the box. It's a good looking box, especially the way I picked it out with in my opinion, of course, the way I got the gray with the black and just kept a monotone paint scheme. Blame that a little bit on my red-green color blindness, but whatever. Really wanted a white one to start with, but once I saw the carbon gray and the mica gray, I flipped the switch real quick and said, to heck with it, we're going to go with a gray and black box, and that's what I got. So that's basically it. I know I've rambled a lot. Hopefully I can chop this down into something coherent. Just wanted to take some time to make the video anyway, because when I was looking for the Macsimizer at the Macsimizer cart, I was coming up short on a lot of stuff. It was, I think Mac just recently brought the cart back. There's really only like one picture in their catalog. You can't find it at all on the website. I tried. You see it in pictures in the flyer, and it's basically the size of their small one as pictured. You know, it's hard to get a sense of scale from it. Mac, on YouTube, they have a couple promotional videos about the Macsimizer carts, but it doesn't really go super in depth on specifications and measurements, all that stuff. I mean, it highlights it, but you know, it was, you know, I'd rather just seen it first a little better. So I'm probably going to link in the description Mac Tools YouTube channel video on the Macsimizer cart for you to check out. It shows off things a little bit more better than I can, a little bit more cinematography in it than what I'm doing here in the shop. But yeah. Well, and that'll do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.